We have a limited time for questions.
Recording in progress.
We have a limited time for questions today, so if you could be so kind, we'll take them as we get them. You can put your questions in the chat room, and if you would direct the question to the panelists that you want to address it, that would be fantastic. Also, please know you can record as you wish the entire event today, but we'll also be sending out a raw video file after the press conference with the press release, and that link will be embedded in the press release. And we're only taking questions on topic today on the launch of this national marketing campaign. Any other questions outside of that topic, please address those to the governor's communication shop. And with that, we can get started. Hey, everybody, quick update. The governor just dropped, but we're going to get her back on momentarily. So if you could be so patient with us, we were having a little technical issue, but we'll get it sorted out and we'll start the press event momentarily.
This is a star-studded Zoom right now. Look at all these people on here.
Okay, I think they want me to go ahead. So I'm going to jump in. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We have exciting news to share with you, so let's get started. First, let me introduce the dignitaries who are joining me to make this historic announcement. Michigan Economic Development Corporation CEO and President Quentin L. Messer Jr., Michigan Chief Growth Officer Hillary Doe, MEDC Senior Vice President of Marketing and Communications Michelle Brunel, and I'm pleased to introduce Nando Garza. Nando is a professional actor from Ypsilanti who recently moved to Michigan and will serve as the narrator and star in the TV commercials that will help kick off this national campaign. Nando, on behalf of the state of Michigan, thank you for your hard work and commitment to excellence. Today, we are introducing You Can in Michigan. You Can in Michigan is a new talent attraction marketing campaign launching nationally to fill open jobs, grow Michigan's population, and drive our state's economy forward. Comprehensively, it's the largest scale talent attraction campaign and effort in the United States. We all know Michigan is a welcoming, inclusive state. We offer strong career opportunities for workers and resources for cutting edge high tech industries that will define the future. But our growth depends on growing and attracting new talent to the state. That is why we've worked hard to invest in the kitchen table issues, pass welcoming policies, so anyone and everyone can make it in Michigan. From our great quality of life, our good cost of living, tuition-free pathways to technical and higher education, and extensive advanced manufacturing infrastructure, as we like to say, to make stuff and grow stuff, we're excited to share our story and build a brighter future for our Michigan. And I'm confident the You Can in Michigan campaign will help move Michigan forward and bring more talent and prosperity to the Great Lakes state. Our $20 million campaign showcases what makes life and careers in Michigan so attractive. It includes new television commercials, radio spots, print placements, and social channels. We're also unveiling today the MichiganLife.org. This is a new website for job seekers to explore the state, calculate their cost of living, and define and reach their career goals with the support of the Michigan Career Portal. We're really excited about this one-of-a-kind AI-driven platform powered by Future Fit AI to help with career navigation, job training, education guidance, and placement. I'm proud to say Michigan is the first state in the nation to utilize Future Fit's technology for economic development purposes that are tied to talent attraction and retention goals. So I want to thank Quentin for his leadership on this campaign, and especially to thank the entire MEDC team and their creative marketing agencies for their vision and innovation in bringing this campaign to life. Now let's hear from my good friend, the CEO and president of the Michigan Economic Development Corporation, Quentin L. Messer Jr.
Thanks so much, Governor Whitmer. Thank you for your kind words and your leadership. Look, this is very personal to me. I came to Michigan because you can in Michigan. As a native Floridian, I had a chance to live all over the country, but there's no place like Michigan where your friends, your neighbors wrap their arms around you and welcome you. This campaign, You Can and Michigan Can, helps the world to know what I and so many others have experienced. There's so many things about Michigan that you can't really fully appreciate. The beauty, not only of the natural scenery, but the people. The fact that our economy has grown and made things, as the governor mentioned, but we've also created life-saving medications. We've addressed global crises head on, and we've modeled the transportation and mobility industries for decades. Simply put, Michigan is the ground zero for innovation. And if you want to innovate, if you want to be a part of changing humanity, I can't think of a better place in Michigan. And some states only have one peninsula, like my native state of Florida. We're so good, we have two. And so from Houghton to Marquette, to Traverse City, to Detroit, to Grand Rapids, to Escanaba, and all points in between, there's a tremendous opportunity for people all over the world to realize that they can in Michigan. I'm grateful to my colleagues, some of whom you will meet later today, but this is really the efforts of our MEDC Talent Solutions team, a team that works with companies, individuals, entrepreneurs to help people understand that you can in Michigan. And this effort is totally connected to the broader Make It in Michigan economic development framework that Governor Whitmer and legislative leaders announced earlier this year, a bipartisan effort to not only attract and develop people, but cultivate and revitalize places, but to compete for and win projects. UCAN in Michigan is a crucial part of that because we know in order to be successful, you've got to have global talent. And so we want to make sure that people from all over the world know what we've known for decades. Michigan's welcome mat remains open for all and out for all. So specifically, we're looking to bring the employees and people interested in mobility, electric vehicles, semiconductors, chips, clean energy, the biosciences, advanced agribusiness, fintech, and insurance tech. And since launching our effort already, more than 500 new jobs with major EV and mobility companies have been filled. We've inspired more than 300 local college students to pursue careers in EV and mobility and successfully awarded 28 Michigander scholarships to keep engineering talent here in Michigan. We're just beginning, but the results are already there. UCAN in Michigan. And this crucial effort involves another innovation by our governor, creating the nation's first chief mobility officer role. So with that, you don't get a chance to introduce a history maker every day, but now the nation's first chief growth officer, Hillary Doe. Take it away, Hillary.
Thank you, Quentin. And thank you, Governor Whitmer, for putting the wheels in motion to really address Michigan's population challenge head on. So I'm Hillary Doe. I'm Michigan's first chief growth officer and the first chief growth officer of any state in the country so far. And that's because while a lot of states are facing populations, nearly 34% of states, Michigan is going to be the first to solve it. We're stepping up in all kinds of ways that are first in the nation and all kinds of innovative efforts. One of those is that I'm acting as executive director of the governor's Growing Michigan Together Council, a statewide effort of diverse folks across our state who are really tackling head on any structural reforms, policies, programs we can take on to lay the foundation for prosperous shared prosperity and growth across our state. And as part of this work, in addition to being executive director of the Growing Michigan Together Council, we've also taken on a big public engagement effort across the state that I'm excited to share a little bit about with you today. We've been in all different regions across our state. We've been listening to young folks, young families, young workers, and really just diverse voices in all parts, all corners of our state. And what we're hearing is, of course, that they want great housing solutions. They want childcare solutions. They are excited about the direction that Michigan's going. But overall, it boils down to great opportunities, great, places to call home and a welcoming community. We have work that we can do always to continue to make Michigan a better and better place to call home. But in the meantime, we have an opportunity. And that opportunity is to celebrate what an incredible place we are, what an incredible place Michigan already is. In terms of great opportunities, Michigan is leading the future right now. We have the opportunity to lead advanced manufacturing, the electric vehicle future. We have an opportunity to lead on renewable energy and help to fight the climate crisis. We have incredible places to call home, from vibrant cities to the world's longest freshwater coastline. And we do have a welcoming community with open arms to folks who want to move domestically or internationally to call Michigan home. We have the chance with this UCAN in Michigan campaign that's launching today to start telling that story even louder and even prouder. I can't wait for it to launch. I'm so thrilled to be able to be part of the MEDC team that's getting to share this with all of you today. And I'll end by saying, I'm a daughter of generations of Michiganders who moved here originally at a time when Michigan was really leading the nation in that migration. So many of us have this story of the Michigan dream, and I'm so excited that we're ushering in another era to lead the nation again in really growing our state and building the future. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Michelle Grinnell, who is MEDC's Senior Vice President of Marketing and Communications. Take it over, Michelle.
Thanks so much, Hillary. I'm usually not on camera for these things, but today I'm really honored to join Governor Whitmer and my MEDC colleagues. This has truly been a Team Michigan effort. So in addition to our talented team here at MEDC and more than 200 stakeholders statewide that have really contributed to this effort, I also want to make sure to recognize our agency partners that were instrumental in bringing this vision to life. That is Lambert Gravity Global, our advertising agency of record for business and talent, BIM Partners, our PR and social agency of record, Good Marketing, who is supporting our talent initiatives, and Development Counselors International, or DCI, who really brought their expertise in talent attraction marketing to help us develop our new website, themichiganlife.org. And through this campaign, we really want people to know that they can have a rewarding career and a fulfilling life, and they can have it here in Michigan, proximate to 3,000 miles of freshwater coastline, but also an ecosystem that really opens doors and creates opportunity for all. So with that, and on behalf of the incredibly talented team of folks that I work with who brought all of this to life, I'm really proud to premiere our You Can in Michigan ad to introduce talent, whether they are already here in our state or in another state looking to make a move, to the Michigan life. And with that, we will roll the video.
Everybody wants a Everybody wants a healthy work life and life, where you can dream big in tech or medicine, or where you get to reinvent the automobile, all with easy access to this, and this. This is Michigan. This is where big careers shape the future, your future. Want to start living your best life? You can in Michigan.
It feels really exciting to share all of that with you today, because for those of us who have spent the last year working on this campaign, this feels like a finish line of sorts, but it is really just the starting line. And we are in a strong starting position with a $20 million budget for the advertising campaign in its first 2 years. So that includes the research, creative development, production costs, work to build the michiganlife.org to get us to where we are for today's launch. That includes media costs from this point through the end of 2024. It also includes, as Quentin mentioned, initial in-state advertising since the beginning of this year, connecting Michiganders with existing jobs in EV and mobility. And that effort has generated more than 230,000 clicks to our michiganevjobs.org microsite and more than 1,700 prospect leads for our talent action team partners. So this campaign is part of a bigger effort, part of a nearly $60 million investment the state has made this year in developing talent solutions, with MEDC partnering with industry partners, education institutions, our partners here in state government, to position Michigan as the national leader in building in-demand skills and employment opportunities in growing industries like mobility and semiconductors. The You Can in Michigan campaign is really designed to complement and create integration with our existing Pure Michigan and Pure Opportunity campaigns. We want to continue creating front doors to Michigan and connecting the customer journey between campaigns wherever their first entry point may be, whether that's a vacation, a business opportunity, or a job. Target markets for this campaign are going to include our key border states, as well as key markets across the U.S., such as New York, San Francisco, Washington, D.C., Atlanta, Austin, and Raleigh-Durham. And as Governor Whitmer mentioned, MEDC remains committed to leveraging cutting-edge state-of-the-art technology in our marketing efforts. So the Michigan Career Portal is a great example of this, matching job seekers with the ideal job and geographic data for them, using AI to provide personalized recommendations and allowing employers to reach more talent faster. We're really proud to be the first state in the nation that's utilizing this technology. At the end of the day, though, it's really the people who are the foundation of this campaign, which is why I'm so honored to introduce Nando Garza, who embodies the idea of You Can in Michigan, not just in our video, but in real life. Nando was not born a Michigander, but he recently chose Ypsilanti, Michigan as home, and I was able to spend time on set with Nando, and I can tell you this was not just a gig for him. He gets it. He brought the spirit of You Can in Michigan to every single take he did, and he had to do a lot of takes for us. So with that, Nando, I'd like to hand it off to you to talk about your experience and what Michigan means to you.
Thank you, Michelle. It is a privilege to be here with Governor Whitmer and all these wonderful dignitaries. When MEDC asked me to be one of the faces of the You Can in Michigan campaign, I just immediately said yes. As a professional actor, I've been lucky enough to work with companies such as Coca-Cola, Ford, Amazon, Lego, Comedy Central, BBC, etc. But this project specifically with the MEDC is very special to me because it really tugs on my heartstrings. I chose to move to Michigan and call Ypsilanti home because my wife, Kaylin, and I wanted a place where we could feel comfortable raising our 7-year-old daughter, Olivia, and our 2 dogs, Mindy and Moritz. And we've lived quite a few places. We've lived in California, Mexico, Texas, Idaho. But we moved here because Michigan is a place where Olivia could be a kid and thrive. We wanted her to experience different cultures, hear different languages, meet different people, and have the opportunity to learn and grow from it. Michigan, and specifically Ypsilanti and Ann Arbor, absolutely checks that box, which is amazing. We also really wanted to be close to nature. I'm an amateur mycologist, basically a mushroom hunter. So being close to the forest was very important to our family. And one of the reasons why we knew that Michigan was the absolute right choice for us was something that happened right when we crossed into Michigan from Indiana. It was a 5-day ordeal. We were exhausted, our 2 dogs, 2 cars, our daughter, everything. But the moment we crossed into Michigan, we saw this humongous double rainbow right in front of us, right over the road. So if there's ever an omen for like, yeah, you're supposed to be here, that has to be it. So of course, you know, I was very proud to help bring the campaign to life, and one that really embodies why I chose to put down roots here in Michigan. I really hope the campaign inspires people to dream big and realize they can truly have a life with everything Michigan has to offer. For me, that's being able to pursue the professional aspirations that nurture my soul and really savor the joy of watching my family thrive in an affordable and vibrant community. So thank you again for the opportunity to share my story with you today. And now I'll turn it back over to Michelle Grinnell for some closing remarks.
Thanks so much. And thank you for being here with us today, Nando. It really helps bring this campaign to life. And I'll just wrap by reiterating that in Michigan, our people are our strongest asset. We are proud to be highlighting real stories from across our great state as part of this campaign, and look forward to inspiring thousands of more to make Michigan their home. And so with that, I'm going to let Nando close us out today by sharing a quick 15-second version of You Can in Michigan.
Everybody wants a healthy work life and life where you can dream big in tech, all with easy access to this, and this. This is where big careers shape the future. Want to start living your best life? You can in Michigan.
Great. And with that, we can open it up to any questions.
Michelle, thanks everybody. Michelle, first question is from Mears, Maggie George. What states and media markets will the advertisements appear in first and most commonly, which I know you touched on, but if you could reiterate. And then also, what is the process to roll this out?
Yeah, so we are targeting 12. This will be a national campaign, but we're going to be targeting 12 markets. I mentioned some of those, and we can get the full list: New York, San Francisco, Raleigh, Durham, Austin. Markets where we know there is a density of tech talent, where we know that there is overlay with a high propensity of Michigan alum or ties to Michigan, but also the industries that we're looking to grow workforce in, like mobility, semiconductors, things of that nature. In terms of rolling it out, it is rolled out. We have media that is in market. The digital campaign is live. You'll see social media is live. We already have out of home on college campuses here in the state. And so that process has very much already begun. And so we are going full speed ahead with today's announcement and getting this in market, and looking forward to seeing the reactions and the results in the coming days and weeks.
Next question is from Samuel Robinson from Axios. Maybe Quentin, you want to take this. What is the future of Pure Michigan?
Great question. The future of Pure Michigan is bright and remains bright. This is really an additional campaign. Pure Michigan is about telling people what they can do and experience, and is a great supplement for hospitality. industry, and that will continue in a very way. This is really about making sure that people understand the type of wonderful life that they can make. Just like Nando, just like Hillary, who's a boomerang, or a native Michigander like Governor Whitmer. And that's a supplement. This show can build upon the brand that we have for Pure Michigan. Make sure that people understand that you can make it, you can in Michigan, and that will be equally our connecting talent. So nothing is going to happen to that campaign at all.
Along those same lines, Beth LeBlanc, Detroit News, how does this differ from Pure Michigan, Pure Opportunity, or the Fundamental Human Freedoms ad campaign run in red states in August? And she has a follow-up. How many different marketing campaigns does the state need?
I can jump in on this. I think that it's a great question. They are all related. They all complement each other, right? Each has a core focus. With Pure Michigan, it is travel and introducing folks to, as Quentin mentioned, things that you can do to recreate and enjoy the state. Our Pure Opportunity campaign is really focused on business growth. And UConn in Michigan, we're talking about the life that you can have in Michigan. Those are slightly different audiences with overlaps. We want to make sure we're meeting people where they're at for the decisions that they're making. And so all three of those campaigns have slightly different goals, but they have all been designed to be complementary. Pure Michigan, the Pure Michigan team is part of MEDC's marketing and communications team. They are at the table for all of these conversations. And so you will see with all of these campaigns, all four of them, a through line and a consistent message, because the story we are really trying to tell is the story of Michigan. And those are components of that. And so together, laid over each other, we are able to tell a really holistic story about the opportunity that exists for all people here in our state.
Next question is from Selena Guevara at NBC Universal. Governor, I think this is for you. MEDC started running ads targeting conservative states back in August that touted Michigan as a state that will protect their reproductive freedom and LGBTQ rights. Do you have any, I know, Governor, you might not, but do you have any info metrics on if those ads work? And are you going to continue to run ads to that tune?
So we're targeting talent. We're targeting people. We're targeting those who want to live their lives free of discrimination in a place where you have a good cost of living and a high quality of life. That's something that is unique here in Michigan. And so all of these different pieces tell that a version of that same story. I think it's really, really encouraging as I hear the feedback, as I hear interest coming into Michigan, whether it is a woman who relayed that she moved her family up here because of fundamental rights for her daughter, or it is the teacher who moved to Michigan from Florida because of all of the attacks that are happening in public education space. I think that being a state that is on the right side of history when it comes to fundamental rights is going to be a real strength for our economy. Regardless of what any individual's position is on one particular issue that I mentioned, there's no question that a generation that is talented, that can choose to work anywhere, is increasingly concerned about and depending on states that are on the right side of these issues, as well as climate. And I think we've got a powerful story to tell. But I'll defer to folks at the MEDC on the metrics question. I'm unable to answer that piece.
Yeah,
we
sure.
can
I will
certainly
begin. Go ahead, Michelle.
I was going to say we can follow up on the metrics piece specifically, but that being said, to the governor's point, the idea that all are welcome in Michigan is foundational to all of the campaigns that we are running, and so we see them as being complementary. And we received very positive feedback to those campaigns in terms of telling our story about Michigan as a state that welcomes all.
That's a good transition to our next question from Arpon Lobo at the Detroit Free Press. Are there plans for the UConn in Michigan or a similar campaign to target international migrants?
Yeah, that's a great question. And certainly Michigan, we feel strongly, is a great destination for international students. And workforce. For those international students and workers already in the US, absolutely, they will be targeted as part of this campaign. And in fact, if you go to the YouTube channel where we have some of our testimonials, we have a number of international students and workers talking about their experience of coming to Michigan. In terms of paid marketing, right now we're focused on the US. Again, as we launch, this is the starting point, and we're going to continue to grow and evolve. But we want to make sure that we're starting in a way that can move the needle where we're at. And we will continue to work closely with our partners to welcome international students and workers to our state.
We got time for 2 more questions, then we'll have to wrap it up. This comes from Zach Garchow at Gongwer. Can you address the argument, this might be for the governor or for Quentin, can you address the argument from the West Michigan Policy Forum that these types of messages won't resonate in the same way as a big change to the tax climate, like phasing out the income tax?
You know, I'm not surprised to hear that from some. I think that almost all, though, would recognize that the Pure Michigan campaign has been a great strength for our state. These efforts to talk about the business climate, to talk about the talent, to lure, great talented people to Michigan or keep our talent here in Michigan are all components to making sure that we've got an economy that grows and thrives. And that's why all of these pieces are really important to have in our arsenal to tell the Michigan story. I often will joke, have you ever met a Texan? All they do is brag. It doesn't matter what their political philosophy is about Texas. And our story is so much more compelling. And that's why it's really important that we are all a part of telling it.
Last question comes from Rose White from MLive. And this would probably go to you, Michelle. Can you give some clarification on the funding? The news release mentioned $59 million invested this year. What did that funding go toward, and where did those dollars for the campaign come from?
Yeah, I just to clarify, for the first 2 years of the campaign, and that includes 2023 getting us to this point, and 2024, we have $20 million for the campaign itself. That $59 million number encompasses funding that was also part of the overall work that our talent solutions team is doing to help create and establish these employer solutions and help continue to grow that pipeline here in the state. So that $59 million is not specific to just the campaign, but the campaign is part of that holistic effort. And we are working hand in hand with Carrie Eversole Singh and our team, with our talent solutions team, to create those holistic solutions for talent here in our state.
Thanks, Michelle. All right, everybody, that's going to wrap it up. Reminder that we'll be sending out a press release momentarily, probably in the next 30 minutes, and it'll include a raw video file from today's press conference that you can use as you wish. Thank you.
Thanks.